Hi, I'm here and I'm going to give you a tour of the Walt Disney World 50th merchandise. So as you know, we love telling stories here at Disney, and we wanted to continue that storytelling on with the 50th. And the best way is to tell a bunch of stories that sort of relate to each person and all the guests that come to our park. So we wanted to create these sort of buckets, these sort of collections that may cater to all of our guests coming to enjoy the most magical celebration. So the first collection that we have is our castle collection. This collection is currently out now in the parks. This is just a small sampling. This is sort of a sophisticated take on our castle. It really sort of mimics some of the other style guides and other art that we had been doing with the castle sketch program, but we really wanted to take that into the 50th. So the castle has its dressings. We really wanted to sneak some of those pink tones in that you're seeing in the castle, but not as bright. I worked with an amazing character artist named Fabiola. She did all the castle renderings and then all the graphic design work I worked on. One of my favorite things are these ears. We actually took the pattern design from the bunting that Walt Disney Imagineering did that's on the castle, and we modernized it. So we went in and kind of made it more of this monoline look, so it would appeal more to sort of fashion, and we created those ears. I'm pretty proud of them. So I think they're a big seller. People are liking them. So then moving on, we have our Iridescent Collection, which will be coming out later on during the celebration. And again, it's a play on that classic color story collection that we're telling in our parks that so many guests have really enjoyed. So but with this collection for the 50th, we wanted to elevate it. So you're going to see some new interesting treatments that you haven't seen in those past color collections. Things like glitter print on cuffs and the ribbing detail. You're seeing how the iridescent applique is much thicker and the embroidery is really good. You're seeing things like the iridescent sequin stripes that run across, things that we really haven't done. Puff print with the iridescent that really elevates this and explores all those iridescent colors that's for the 50th. And then we have a really big collection, which is the Celebration Collection. This is the fun collection. This is where we see our Fab Five. We're also seeing references to paying tribute to our classic attractions and shows. And then we carry that pattern on through shirts and that you'll find at the dress shop and obviously the dresses. We've done some replica pieces of Minnie's costumes so the kids can look like Minnie. I think one of the hot ticket items is this amazing soap dispenser with the, as you pump, of course, the Mickey head comes out of the soap into your hand. I think it's a great little item that we've just now seen introduced to the state parks.
We have two already.
I think they're great. I love them. Then the collection I'm most proud of, Walt. I spent most of my time working on this collection. With this collection, I've done a lot of vintage stuff for the parks before. We really wanted to take this sort of different approach where we're either going to do replica or we're going to do repurposed retro, where we find something retro and we're going to repurpose it in a different way that hasn't been done before. So a good example of that is possibly the shirt. This was originally a sticker found at the preview center. So we said, hey, that graphic's really nice. Let's just put on a shirt. There you have it. Then you have stuff which is really interesting, like this Loungefly. It's actually really genius. Back in the early 70s, we sold this, what they called as a vintage tote bag, travel bag. And then we recreated it only in a smaller version, and they made this amazing bag. I don't know if you've seen this, but it comes with a belt. There's a belt in here. This can come detached. You can actually take it off. I think this is so cool. And use the belt, and it becomes a fanny pack. And it's the perfect size for your phone, your wallet, and I think it's a novel kitsch. I love it. It's so great. So you're really seeing some of that repurposed retro or reimagined retro.
Oh, I have not seen this in person. This is great stuff.
So then we have the Turvet, which this is a complete, I'd say almost 100% replica of the original we had. It's amazing. We also did the replica salt pepper shakers, the bell that you used to bring back to Grandma from your trip.
The originals.
I have the originals as well. So with the 50th mark, which is kind of neat. And so, of course, I'm super passionate about all things retro. I collect in my office most of the samples. A lot of the examples that we use, like this cup, I have the original. Sometimes they say Mom or Grandpa underneath them. They call it milk glass look. I absolutely love it. And then lastly, our last collection, which we'll be releasing later on, is the Luxe Logo Collection. It's a collection about sophistication. elevated, but yet understated. This is where you're seeing like treatments like tonal. The 50th is real subtle. From far away is that a Disney fan, but up close, it's a Disney fan. I love that idea. So, you know, just these sort of subtle things that they're doing in here. But then in this collection, if you want to show, you know, the bling, we have things like the rhinestone encrusted ear hat or the leather embossed ear band with the velvet bow. So again, we're really trying to elevate it. Some things are sophisticated and simple, and some things are just really nice and fun. This new take on sort of this lounge set, it's kind of a Spirit Jersey-esque where it has the big print on the back, a hood.
Oh, very nice.
Sort of athleisure but elevated. So yeah, so those are the main programs that we have for the celebration. There will be more coming throughout the 18th month celebration, so there'll be some surprise and delight things that drop here and there in each collection. So yeah.
Well, thank you so much. This is fantastic.
No problem. No problem.